There's a gaping ideological hole at the center of the Republican Party, indeed of the entire conservative movement. We've been talking about a lot on this show. President Joe Biden exposed it for the whole country to see during his State of the Union address last week.
Instead of making the wealthy pay their fair share, some Republicans want Medicare and Social Security to sunset. I'm not saying it's a majority. Let me give you, anybody who doubts it, contact my office. I'll give you a copy. I'll give you a copy of the proposal. That means Congress doesn't vote. Well, I'm glad to see you. No, I tell you, I enjoy conversion.
Now, you heard the shouts of Republicans, including Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. But a lot of them, she called President Biden a liar, claiming it's not true. How dare he say they want to cut entitlement programs like Social Security, Medicare? Just flat out false. Except the thing is, it's definitely true. What he was saying. It's on the record. This is the proposal the president mentioned. A 12-point plan to rescue America. It's from Florida Senator Rick Scott, who ran the election wing of the Republican Senate. Right there in point 6, Senator Scott suggests, again, he wrote this down and published it, all federal legislation sunsets in 5 years. Do a little syllogism. All federal legislation, Social Security, Medicare are federal legislation. Therefore, that includes the laws governing them. He goes on, quote, if a law is worth keeping, Congress can pass it again. So, yes, imagine if this House Republican caucus had to repass from the ground up Social Security. Good luck, everybody. So under Rick Scott's plan, Congress would have to vote to keep Medicare and Social Security going. Every 5 years, the programs would just die. Now, President Biden even printed out copies of that brochure with point 6 circled for all the guests at his Florida speech on Thursday. And as Biden noted during an event in Wisconsin last week, Rick Scott is not the only Republican who supports that plan.
By the way, you have a senator named Ron Johnson. Ron Johnson on Social Security and Medicare, quote, we should transfer everything, so we have to consider everything every year. Come on, man.
It's the reading off the sheet for me that really sells the bit. Now, in response, Senator Ron Johnson went even further, calling Social Security a Ponzi scheme.
Again, it is a legal Ponzi scheme.
Yes.
You know, I got accused in 2010 that I called it a Ponzi scheme. I admitted it. Yes, it's a legal Ponzi scheme. It operates the same way as any other Ponzi scheme, except that this is sanctioned by the U.S. government. But it's no less irresponsible than a Ponzi scheme from that standpoint.
But don't get it twisted, America. That Republican senator and his colleagues want to defend the Ponzi scheme with every last breath they draw. Now, this goes beyond a couple of senators. The Republican Study Committee in the House, which includes more than 70% of House Republican Conference, 70%, proposed raising the retirement age for Social Security and Medicare in their new, quote, blueprint for America. Again, they published the thing and put it out in print. Now, to be clear, this is not what Republican voters want. A recent poll found that the overwhelming majority, 64%, of Republicans oppose making cuts to Social Security and Medicare. And that makes sense. They're popular programs. Just think about who makes up the Republican electorate. Voters tend to be older folks who've paid into these programs many years, depend on the benefits they provide. But in the eyes of Republican politicians, conservative movement, the folks in think tanks, the lobbyists, those programs, social insurance, they're the cornerstone of the American welfare state. They're the closest thing we have in this country to social democracy. They also account for the single biggest portion of the federal budget. It's why conservatives have wanted to destroy them for years. We saw former House Speaker Paul Ryan try to privatize Medicare. President George W. Bush wanted to privatize Social Security. Entitlement reform, as it is often euphemistically referred to, has long been at the ideological core of conservatism. And so most Republicans who came up through that world have, you'll be shocked to hear, supported cuts at one point or another. But then you got Donald Trump, right? So Donald Trump campaigned on being different from the rest of the party. He promised to leave Medicare and Social Security alone from the jump. Now he faces his first official challenger for the 2024 nomination. And Trump is attacking from that position on the left. In response to his former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley formally launching her bid for the presidency, Trump released this statement titled "The Real Nikki Haley," highlighting her support for Paul Ryan's plan for entitlement reform threatening Medicare and Social Security. He added a quote from the Washington Post article noting that Haley praised Ryan's Medicare proposal at the time and said lawmakers should examine Medicare and Social Security spending to address federal debt. Again, that's not shocking or remarkable. That's the view of conservatives. But now you've got the leader of the Republican Party, Donald Trump, making the same case as the Democratic president that American voters should not support these prominent Republicans because what they really want to do is cut Social Security and Medicare. And it's true, it's wildly unpopular. It's a perfect window into the conflict roiling the Republican Party.